block of ice could be the thing that is preventing you from achieving your destiny. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, what in the world is this guy talking about? A block of ice? Yeah, hear me out. So, Friday of a couple of weeks ago, I was expecting a delivery of let's just call it an electronic device. Now, if you know me well enough, you know that I absolutely love anything that has to do with gadgets and gizmos and electronics and things of that nature. And this was one of those pieces that I had been waiting for a while. So it was ordered for me, and I was told that it was ordered. And so I'm expecting it over the next couple of days. I asked the individual to send me the tracking information once they had it. So this is on a Friday, early in the day. And so I don't expect it the next day, and Sunday is the following day. And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe sometime around Monday afternoon, this is going to show up. Well, Monday afternoon comes around and there's no information and there's no delivery. Tuesday comes around, again, there's no information and there's no delivery. So I reach out to the individual and I say, hey, is there a tracking number for this equipment? And so that person sends me the tracking information. I, of course, as you would expect, click on it immediately. And I see that it's a UPS delivery that says unable to deliver because the driver is saying that there is a gate code that is necessary. Now, hang with me here. I don't have a gate code. All right. I live in a unit where access to my front door, access to my porch is completely accessible to any delivery driver. And I've lived here long enough to know that there is no need for any kind of a code. So I think it's a mistake. I let half a day go by and I notice that that hasn't changed. Now, at this point, it's late in the day. There's not a delivery expected anyway. And so I wait until the following day. Same thing. But this time I see that the message says out for delivery. I'm excited, as you can imagine. And I know that the deliveries usually end up around, 12:15 to 3 o'clock. And that's exactly what it says on the tracking information. Well, that same window of time comes and I hear that delivery truck and I'm getting excited. So I go down to my office. I'm waiting for the delivery person to knock on my front door, and I can see them walk up to the front door usually. This time, the truck rolls up, and the delivery driver takes a moment and looks at my front door, and then looks down, and then looks at my front door again, and then looks down, and then looks at me through the window, puts the seatbelt back on, and drives away. And so I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be a problem. So I hit refresh on the tracking information, and lo and behold, what had said out for delivery now says needs a gate code. And so I call the corporate headquarters of the delivery service, get a hold of an individual, explain the situation, and they are adamant. They say, sir, the driver insists that there is a code that is needed for the package to be delivered. And I said, there's no need for a code. So they reluctantly said, all right, let's call the local dispatch individual and we will get a hold of you within the hour. And as promised, within the hour, someone from the local dispatch called me and said, sir, the driver is complaining that you have ice on your front steps and they are unable to deliver your package until you clear the ice. Now, mind you, we've had a very, very cold end to the fall season. More snow than expected, more cold, more ice, and lo and behold, there was about 4 inches of ice that was stuck on my front step. Now, from my perspective, there was a clear path for the driver to kind of walk around that ice and deliver the package. But that individual was not going to put themselves into harm's way. And so I reluctantly went outside and started pounding on that ice and got rid of it. Thankfully, it was about 40 degrees that day, so it helped. This time, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not expecting the delivery any longer. And so I go about my day, and the evening rolls around, and about 8 o'clock that night, I get a knock on the door. And it's the delivery driver with my package. Now, it required a signature, and so they couldn't just leave it on the front step. And this person says to me, I've been trying for the last 2 days to deliver this package to you, but there was ice on the front step. And in that moment, a quote that I had heard many years ago resounded in my ear, and it was, temptation and distraction will lean on the doorbell, but opportunity will knock only once. Now, thankfully, in this case, opportunity, or this package, knocked more than once. But it was a good reminder to me that because there was ice on my front step, something that was destined to come to me, it was addressed to me, it was paid for me, it wouldn't deliver until I cleared the way. And that may be something for you to think about as we enter a brand new year and as we look to new goals and new opportunities and, a bunch of new that comes around this time of year. Is there something in the way that is preventing you from actually getting what is assigned to you? It may not disappear, because the way that I believe and the way that I think the world works is that you will eventually get what is coming to you, both good and bad. But when we talk about the good, there may be something in the way that you need to clear. Maybe some 4 inches of ice that are on your proverbial front step that needs to be cleared by you before your package can be delivered. So think about that and do some work in your own mind to figure out why something that you believe that you should be getting or something that you know is coming may not have arrived yet. It could be the ice.